So I've decided, spur of the moment, that I'm going to record my progress in sewing a ball gown. Never done this before. I just normally take pictures of before and after if I do transformations, or just take pictures and post them on Facebook. So this will be a new experience for me. Another new experience for me will be recreating an actual dress from references. Now, if you're familiar with Barbie movies, you will 100% be familiar with the Rapunzel movie. And you will also remember the iconic scene where Rapunzel takes her paintbrush and paints on the wall to make a ball gown to go for the ball. I loved that scene as a kid, and now it's a lot more relevant now that I can sew my own clothes. And I remember falling in love with the first dress that she painted, even though it wasn't the one that she wore to the ball. I remember rewatching the scene and falling in love with the first dress, but all the people said, "Oh, it's too simple to go to a ball." But for me, having never recreated a dress before without my personal touches into it, and just recreating what I see on the screen, perfect for me, because I've never done it before, and a simple dress would be okay for me. So, gonna have to do that now.
First thing I need to do is a mock-up, and I have lucked out because I bought a pattern a couple of years ago with a very similar silhouette to how Rapunzel's dress is. The only difference is this main bodice part. It needs to be longer, and I need to adapt this part to make the bust a little bit shorter to where it meets at the waist and make it so that it's more of a V shape versus a like heart shape, which is what it says on this pattern here somewhere. And so that means I'm gonna have to make a mock-up of it. So my idea is I'm gonna trace the pattern pieces just how they originally are with a Sharpie or another marking pencil onto this fabric that I don't plan on using for any other projects. And then I'm gonna see if I can fit it to get the silhouette that I want before I actually go and get the fabric for the actual dress. So here's the result of all of the drafting and alterations. It probably doesn't look good because the mannequin isn't really set to my size, but it fits on me for the most part. Here's the neckline that I cut out, even with this piece still fell out. That won't be there in the final thing. But here's where the neckline is, and I'll fold it over and cut this piece out in a bit. And the skirt probably isn't as full as the one in the movie, but I'm not going to be that picky because this is from a pattern that I just edited, for lack of a better term. But as of the actual, like, silhouette of it, I mean, I think it's pretty accurate, at least with the bodice piece. Like, it's pretty good, even though it may not be 100% how it is. And it's getting pretty late, so I'm just gonna take a break here and cut out this side later and then make the final pattern pieces for this overtop section. And then I'm gonna have to work on the ruffly portion, I don't know what it technically is on her dress, and then the sleeves. So I'll do that tomorrow because I'm getting tired now. And that's it. So I'm realizing after I cut this front part that I had not looked at any reference videos, photos, or anything of the back. So I was just gonna make this one piece with the sleeves. I might still do that. You guys can't see how my brain is worrying, but basically whatever my plan was before is not gonna happen now, because the back line is different from what I thought it was. Which is totally fine if it's not like that. These things tend to happen. But it's throwing me off. So it seems like I'm going to have to make the underdress separate from this top part versus have all of the pieces attached to here and then just have an underskirt. Or maybe I could go with my original plan and just do it differently than how I wanted it to. Yeah, it's hard to describe this weird artistic block people get where something didn't turn out 100% how you thought it would, and so now you gotta rethink everything. So this is gonna be I'm gonna have to sleep on it and see if I can not fix the mistake, but like think of a better way to reconstruct my idea of how I was gonna construct this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm meaning to say. This is why you should never talk to an artist or seamstress or anything when they're in their tired mode, because they cannot speak the things they are thinking of. I am going insane. Okay, I have found a plus side. The silhouette... Oh god, I keep turning my phone. The silhouette is actually pretty spot on. This is the petticoat I will most likely be wearing under the skirt because it gives that very asymmetrical vibe that the dress has. Maybe with another petticoat on top to make it fuller. But as of the actual silhouette, why do I keep turning my phone? It's pretty good. It might be hard to tell because I'm wearing a dark shirt with like a dark fabric, but it's actually pretty good. I'm quite happy with it so far. Now it's just the sleeve back predicament, along with the ruffly part that's supposed to go across the chest. As you can see, I haven't really cut out the back yet. This is from what I cut off from the front. So that's gonna have to be a sleep on it, and then fix that tomorrow problem. But, so far, I think I did a pretty good job. Minus the fullness, but it's fine. I'm not too picky about that. Started working on the sleeve. Ignore the jankiness of it. This is just the first prototype. But the bottom part's really good. I just need to add an inch to the top and to the width of the sleeve, and then good to go with that sleeve part. Still working on how I'm gonna do the top. Still have not yet 100% figured that out, but at least I can finalize this sleeve piece. So this is my final mock-up of the outer dress. I just need to cut this part out so that I can finish up this bodice piece, and I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I had to change the ruffly part because as I was looking at the reference photos, I decided that it wasn't going to make any sense because the back part was just the purple fabric and it wasn't the ruffles, and that just seemed very, very complicated to me of trying to figure out how to do that when I've already cut out all the other pieces. So I'm just gonna do off the shoulder ruffly thing. That makes more sense in my brain. And so that is the final plan. Here's the final mock-up. I just need to cut it out of the fabric now and sew it all together, and there we go.
Yes.
How'd you do right?
I like it.
I do good?
Yes.
I was cutting out the pieces for this outer purple layer, and I got all of the pieces except the second back piece, and I ran out of fabric. Joy. But I did get the sleeves done, and they look really good. And I also got the other dress portion done. So I need to attach the sleeves to this and iron it out because it's really wrinkly right now. And then put it all together. It's all coming together. I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I just gotta sew this top layer to the inner layer, iron out all the stuff, and then hem. And then I should be done, besides the gem. I cannot find a similar gem anywhere currently, so I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. Or compromise and just put something that is the same color scheme right there, so. But yeah, it's going well. I got the dress done, and something to put in the center until I find the teardrop shape I wanted. It's at least the right color. So now it's time to put it all together and see the final result.
Forgive me for the lack of good lighting. I was gonna shoot this outside, but it rained yesterday, and so I didn't want to get the dress that I spent so long making wet and dirty. So forgive that. Also, my petticoats are a little bit too long for the skirt, but that can easily be fixed. So if you saw the petticoat in the last shot, sorry, that was not intentional. Final thoughts? I love this project. It's really hot, so don't make this in the summer. It's probably better suited for colder winter months or maybe even fall, because obviously long sleeves. And this is only with one layer. I can't imagine how hot it is with more than one layer. Something I didn't mention in the making of video, I sewed elastic here and here so that it's more form to my arms. The rest is just puffy, as you see here. And my favorite part is actually the sleeves, which normally the skirt is my favorite part, but the sleeves are just so accurate, and I just love them. This has been a fun project. Is it perfect? No. I didn't expect that going in. Is it a 100% recreation? Not really, mostly because of this off-the-shoulder detail, but I think it looks better that way. We gotta keep in mind, a lot of things that are made in cartoons and animations may not translate 100% into real life, so some artistic liberties may have to be taken into consideration. But overall, I think I got the main points of what the dress was from the movie, and it's such a fun ball gown. I just need to get the right length petticoats and it'd be 100% perfect. Again, not ideal for the summer because I am sweating a lot. But I learned a lot of new things throughout this process, a lot of techniques that I never would have normally used, and basically recreating a dress from a reference photo instead of coming up with my own ideas. So please show some love and support, that would be amazing. And if you have any other ideas of things that I should recreate or design, please let me know. Anyways, that's all I have. Bye.